All right. Stargazer. Stargazer is... All right. We are live.
What's popping?
We are live. Hopefully, let me just get everybody in this bish. In this house. Copy event link. Breaking news there at media. Click Twitch link. Live. Nappy Boy Radio live.
Yo.
Woo. Oh, Boost is here. Mr. Metronome himself. Boost.
He got metronome.
I know. Mr. Got Metronome.
Anything else? General Bishop. I see General Bishop in all our games. I don't know.
He's the Scotland Stoutlands, the Scottish Stoutlands. He's a waitlister. He's active.
That's good. That's sick.
Super duper active. Fun fact: I saw your post, Boost, about it. Spoiler.
All right. So I think what we're gonna do, guys, everyone here who's watching, we're gonna look through all the games first, and then we're gonna do the power rankings. I do have the teams already ranked, but I just thought it'd be fun to do like the preview into the rankings at once.
You can start us off with whatever game you want to start us off with.
Well, I see on the stream you have one open right there, so let's just do that one.
Let me get this. Let me get.
You can just play him on fast.
Yeah, hold on. Oh fuck. All right, run it up. We got Mug and Boost. Speaking of, wow, there it is. There it is.
Mug and Boost.
All right, we're gonna hit play.
So we all know what. Yeah, we all know what happens this match. The cool thing about Kyurem versus Ting Lu, or they must be specs Kyurem. I was gonna say, or it's just max defense Ting Lu. It's freeze dry from like not boosting item Kyurem doesn't even 2-hit Ting Lu usually, which is pretty funny. And then we see the metronome. That's cool. Corviknight's a pretty hard XK counter, so he has to switch, which means she gets a free U-turn.
The first of many.
So yeah. And then it freeze dries super free. He doesn't have a switch in. Everything gets 2-hit KO'd.
Yeah,
this XK gets crit.
A glaring ice weakness on boosting.
Yeah, offensive Ting Lu threw him for a loop, he says, Boost. Almost all of Mug's Ting Lus are offensive. That's what she does.
I think it was banded. I think someone was banded. It does have a huge attack stat, so...
If this was Swords Dance with like Terra Blast and Spirit and Shackle, it actually like swept, I think, which is funny.
No Defiant Thunderous, Mug. I mean, why would you? You know what I mean?
Prankster. And then you turn out. So he's lost his two main offensive pieces now, so he has to really rely on this Decidueye, which is a bit problematic. The Terra Blast doing 30 into Spirit Shackle only doing 35. I think that was probably a roll to kill. I mean, if you go back a few turns.
Yeah, sorry.
I have to assume that's a roll to kill. Because Spirit Shackle or non. Oh, it was a crit. I didn't see that. The Terra Blast was a crit. That's why I did 30. I was gonna say 30 to 35 from not super effective to super effective. Even if both are stab, is like insane. It should be a 1.5 times boost. So that makes sense that the Terra Blast was a crit. Mug gets super lucky with these metronomes here now for a bit. She gets some crazy, like all these are really good because you can get such dog shit with metronome.
I think
imagine she blew herself up at some point.
There's a
I don't
possibility.
think. Yeah, I don't think most of this matters.
Yeah,
If I'm being honest, I think
Boost and Mug DM'd in chat afterwards, and I think they agreed that it didn't matter. I think Boost can confirm.
In the end, Glaceon. I mean, it depends on this Decidueye, right? If this Decidueye keeps his roosts or not, because it does have roost. I'm pretty sure.
That's my win con.
Yeah. Like the sticky web doesn't matter. The toxic spike that eventually happens is annoying, but I don't know if it matters. All that really matters is this guy staying healthy, because this is the only thing that can answer Glaceon. I think it's Iron Defense, which is insane. So now he's just fishing for crits.
It gets really good luck with all these metronomes.
Yeah, these are like really good metronomes, which is kind of
Poison Jab with the chance to poison. Matcha Gotcha.
He starts Leaf Blading because Leaf Blade has a
high crit chance.
Yeah, high crit ratio. If he had like Calm Mind, that would have been really funny. If he was the setup to Dunsparce, because he would have gotten +2 with every Calm Mind.
Mug did get scared for just a second.
I think it was a defensive to Dunsparce.
Yeah, there's a sticky web.
I think Boost.
The web is like whatever.
Yeah,
Boost.
The rest of the mons are slow anyway.
Yeah, Boost just didn't bring a single Mamba setup.
Yeah, he didn't bring setup.
Unfortunate.
Gotta bring setup. Boost never played Mug before. You gotta bring setup into Mug.
Yeah.
Mug spams all these fat guys. The way you beat Mug is setup almost 100% of the time. Setup and something to break screens. She loves screens too.
Oh my god, what just happened? What is happening? Hello? Best Buy?
Bro.
Best Buy, hello?
Links and shit.
Oh, I just hit the links. Go to turn. We were on like 33. Hello?
Yeah, you just didn't know the matchup. Knowing Mug is knowing she essentially brings stall. I mean, it's not stall, but it's essentially stall. Every week.
Didn't know what Night Days did.
Yeah,
never seen it.
It's Dark Pulse for Zoroark. I think it's pretty bad. It usually runs Dark Pulse instead. But it's a similar concept. Switching in Slowking is smart because you get the regenerator for free, so you're not wasting any PP. Because that's kind of what you're worried about now, right? Is you're wasting all your PP.
And now Mug's behind the sub. Chilling.
Yeah, the sub's really annoying because you can't break it.
And the final metronome gets T-Spikes, which is just funny.
T-Spikes is really annoying. The T-Spikes matters. That's the only one that matters, in my opinion. Because it forces... the only thing that matters is that because it forces him to stay in with his Dunsparce and like waste a bunch of Dunsparce roosts, he can't like switch to Slowking and switch back and have it be optimal anymore. Because like it conditions him to not switch out because he would get poisoned, which is really annoying.
And then Mug feeds Tinglu some kills.
Yeah, to get the
at the end after this dry focus blast lands.
Yeah. And then it's gonna be Decidueye.
Boots Decidueye.
There's a lot.
Doesn't even kill.
Yeah, no Shadow Sneak tough. Alright, so Thundy goes down at least. But like, yeah, the poison's annoying because now you can't stay in forever.
Yeah.
The poison does matter because it forces him to switch.
I mean, how much would a throw chop done there regardless of poison?
I probably would have killed. And then he clicked, because I'm assuming this is locked in. He clicked Thunderbolt.
Yeah, it's a banded
Tinglu. It's the only way he could win. No, not the Tinglu. I'm talking about the Thunderous. The only reason you click Thunderbolt is if you can't win with anything else.
Well, Mug sends Kurth to 6-1, and we move on to.
That's not Kurth. That's Boost.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Mug
sends Boost. Oh, did you just you had no move at all to hit Tinglu? Is that what it was? Or you were, I don't know.
And Mug sends Boost to 6-1, but on to Kurth and Shadow.
Where are you streaming, by the way? I don't know.
Twitch.
Yeah, well, you're just giving up, which makes sense. All right, this was I don't remember too much. I know this is a decent game. I'm pretty sure it's pretty dominant from Kurth.
Which I have not seen this match. I do not remember Inteleon. Was I here for this? I don't
Power
remember.
Gem.
I do not remember this matchup.
Power Gem, I'm assuming a switch was predicted there. There's no reason to Power Gem otherwise. And then he goes Gardevoir, who takes over half from Earthquake. Finally. And then Lando comes out.
That doesn't kill?
So really, really rough start for... this is the Lion City, I believe, right? Really rough start for Shadow.
Lion City.
Alright, gets the conk.
Boots and Inteleon.
Sack. Oh, but it's sub. That was a really ballsy play because the Hyper Voice would have killed through sub. So that's really ballsy.
2 kills for Inteleon.
It's gonna get him 2 kills because of that play. I mean, good play from Kurth going for sub. Okay, has the protect. Okay, I didn't even go for first impression though.
Are you risk?
It's Scar. Oh, it's Scarf low kicks. I see.
Snipe
shot crit. Inteleon's actually going stupid mode right now. Gets the kill. Moxie activates, but this Lando comes out.
Scarfer.
Yep, Scarf Lando.
Oh!
And then this bird gets like 3 kills pretty much.
When the fuck did Gardevoir get vacuum wave? When did it get vacuum wave?
It's got the protect for all of these is pretty smart. I understand why it's here. But like Lando's a pretty that does a fuck ton of damage for resisted but it's because of tinted lens. Low kicks is so fucking strong, dude. And this low kicks is actually going stupid mode right now.
And this thing can Terra hell.
Cool set with the defense boost. Rest.
Yeah, Calm Mind Key Berry. I've been seeing these berries more and more often. These more like niche berries, I feel like. I never see them.
Yeah, that is no damage.
Yeah, I did not have Sleep Talk. Just kind of died.
Oh my god.
Hydro, Sex. He's got vacuum. This is Specs. That's why he loses, because I'm pretty sure he lives the Earthquake. And
yeah,
if he wasn't Specs, he won. So tough. But he was. And it's a 1-0 victory for Kurthwack. And Bon Mott Pancake says, "You're bad."
Who I don't remember who that is, but
do you think he would have lived if he? What if he was like the Ice Berry on Ursaluna, and then like, I don't know, just something like that. But
Yeah,
I guess it would be a specific scenario.
Yeah, it'd be a specific scenario.
Maybe like what?
I think he was Scarf. At least that's what I saw at the end there. But it was just a really bad start for Shadow, and he couldn't really come back, even though Ursaluna was kind of popping off at the end there.
Yeah.
All right.
The trash.
Next, we got Nightmare Hall versus Caterpies. I helped him with this match. He's got the Trapinch coming finally, because Trapinch one-hit KO's Darkrai, who didn't even come to the match. Pheasantipity comes out on Scizor. The CC.
I was just playing for a playoff spot in this game, so he's playing hard.
He can't stay in because of Heat Wave. This is going to be a Heat Wave, though, so I don't know. Yeah, it's going to take some chip. I guess
which is insane that
matter.
Toxic Chain procs off of...
Toxic Chain procs off everything. You don't have to be Contact. Yeah.
That's still crazy. I feel like that should be different.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 30% chance.
Knocked. All right, so he can't get the Citrus back, so this is decent for Caterpies, but obviously Rilla being at half is bad. U-turn now. Oh, it doesn't go for U-turn. I feel like U-turn there would have been good. He has to tank the Heat Wave to U-turn. Pretty bad. Goes back to Rilla. This Fez is literally like destroying right now. High horsepower does nothing. I mean, Fez is just chipping everything for free, and he's getting no chip in return on guys who can heal, and his guys can't heal.
I never did Mon of the season for a reason.
Samurott was his switch in to so in Mox I ran Will-O-Wisp Volcanion because Samurott was always the switch in. See, I think Comfey coming to this game is pretty bad, right? I think it's like it doesn't win.
I don't know what it can do against this team. I don't know what it can set up against. His only shot was setting up against the Samurott, but well, I mean, does that.
That killing is shocking me. Yeah, I mean, it is Life Orb.
I mean,
it doesn't.
It was a fizz
the ground move doesn't get reduced in the grassy terrain, does it? Or
no, it doesn't get reduced. The only thing that gets reduced is Earthquake. Every other ground move is fine.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
So now Tran comes in. Tran's a pretty good Pult counter, to be honest. Samu comes out. Gets another Ceaseless off. So, I mean, everything's looking bad for Caterpies, right? And Spec gets a kill. Realistically, it should be Scarf.
It was really cool to see Sucker Punch come in, but... Crit!
It ends the game sooner, but it doesn't really matter. I think Heatran kills these last 3. Oh, Bulldoze and what's it called do as well.
Magnitude.
Yeah, that makes sense. Magnitude is just Earthquake on a different scene.
Yeah. Earth Power. Earth Power should too, but whatever. And then the people want to see a Trapinch, so Abbotsford will do what Abbotsford does. Sack the Arbo and get Trapinch in. For the people. Fucking kills.
Yeah, kills because he's got that bug on him, and then the hazards obviously kill this. And that's a good game. Heatran did its job, Samu did its job, and Fez early was also going crazy, so good game all around.
Here's you. I haven't seen this game. I don't know how it ends.
This one was interesting.
I lead my Ogerpon. I click Leech Seed. Let's go.
A big 60% switches. Hello?
Got my Spike up. I go Ninetales. Yum.
Go Bolt. Uh-oh.
Back to Bolt. Unfortunately, get knocked. I lose my Choice Scarf. Tough scene.
God damn it, my tech. What's the tech for the Scarf?
I had to be Torn.
Oh.
Alright, I got my Miss Mag. I'm Spec, so he's like obviously AV, which sucks. I'm getting you turned on.
His boots. He
crashes so much. Out. Yeah, I'm max HP. I'm max HP, max defense.
Did not realize the sun helped that much. God damn. Uh-oh, levitate.
I got my Miss Magius out at least. He goes Torn. He U-turned last time, so I was like, I was gonna do it again, but he gets me.
I was about to ask if that thing was specs. That was in way too much damage.
Yeah. So I'm losing, and I'm like, oh no, I'm losing. Whatever will I do? I bug. I first impression. Get that Metagross out of here.
Loves the U-turn.
Yeah, he's U-turning all over. My Raging Bolt's dead AF. Fair enough.
I mean, isn't this goal here just to keep the sun up for gouging? Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on.
He gets rocks up.
Hold on.
He's subbing.
I'm going for CM.
Okay, Solar Beam.
He's got that Solar Beam on him.
Okay, no stab. Won't do much, I'm sure. Yep, 20%. Yep. Huge. Eaten up by lefties. Gouging. What are you... Is that... So it's banded gouging. Got it. Understood. I'm sorry, what?
That's crazy.
Why do you bring Curse Mimikyu? I guess to stop that exactly from happening.
He's got that AV on him.
Does he get a poison? Oh, boy, that'll help you a lot. God bless.
The curse is goobing me right now.
The curse and the poison. Sun's back up.
He goes through. And I come out with the most fire Ninetales to ever exist. I get my agility off.
Oh my god.
I go for Calm Mind.
50% is crazy. And the sun like that. Love them again. No crits, no whammies. Oh my god. Oh, that doesn't kill. Quiver Ninetales. Quiver Dance Ninetales.
I will say.
Still, that was pretty cool, Ben. Come on now.
I will say, Stored Power does kill the Venusaur, and I didn't click it. You know, for one reason or another. For one reason or another, I didn't click.
Did you want to see how much Weather Ball would have done?
I was just, maybe I was I'm sticking true to my word.
And now firing versus Mad Yonko. What happened this game? I was here for this game. I remember Cetitan. Yeah, you fucking called this. It'll always happen.
It's always fucking Zoroark every time.
It never fails. He's gonna get it.
He's got his big Cetitan on him.
So curious, what was the G Weezy supposed to do here? I'm curious.
I mean, it still did its job
It did
pretty
it.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does pretty good if you.
yeah,
keep
no,
watching
it
the
was
game.
just like max special attack, expert belt, and it was just supposed to just hit everything.
Because his team is so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Weezing's got, and it's really fairy
Yeah.
weak too. Weezing kind of just fucks him up, like no cap. He does a lot of damage.
I must have missed something here. Oh, I guess Weezing does just stand still. Yeah. Okay.
We just stay
I
in here.
remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Strange team. Really confusing.
Strange steam, and then we thunderbolt
Yeah.
this. If we had the expert belt, this did like 35, and then like that was really bad damage for him. And we get a crit, and he gets confused. Strange
Hello.
steam.
He
Now his
got the
Mandy's dead.
Mandibules.
And then Cetitan ends up taking half from it too. Like it does pretty good. It does a lot of chip.
God,
too,
I forgot about the Weezing. Not gonna lie, I really forgot about the Weezing doing stuff. Maybe because I remember this flinch more than anything.
Yeah, I get the flinch. Hoopa has to come out. This Hoopa's AV for sure.
As per
Hydrapple
usual.
dies. Go Tusk. Kill that Hoopa. So Titan comes out. Luckily,
Could've played
Gren doesn't
smart.
get 2-hit KO'd.
Dark Pulse again. Do we get a flinch? We do not, but we live.
No.
Greninja.
If this was flip turn Aloe, he also just won because he flip turns into the thing and then kills it with Icicle Crash twice.
And no shard.
Yeah, no shard either. But I mean, if it was shard,
It just gets the diff off.
Great Tusk lives. Yeah,
Yeah.
Great Love lives.
Just
Yeah, that's the difference between
Surprised.
Cetitan and Aloe, right?
Yeah, I had
Boost.
and I had obviously we made the team specifically to like have like Cerulege kind of like set up on Aloe, and if it was Terra Grass for Aloe, but obviously in hindsight that if it was Fairy, but it's all like what we made the team in the end anyway, so it worked out all right in the end.
the weakness policy
If
was
he
really
flipped
cool.
the turn, he won.
Yeah.
Weakness policy was great.
All
Loved
right,
every
so now we got
end.
this shit.
Yeah, this one
Shit.
didn't watch, but Morchester clutches up when it matters.
Garm has the Latios answer. That's not great. Magnetism. He's got no ground this
Instant
week,
Terra.
so yeah, because he has no ground this week, so Kilo is free to just electric spam.
So we're just volt switching out. Got it.
Yep, he's literally gonna. Mary's just gonna volt around forever. I mean, that's how you play the game when they have no electric.
Millions must click volt
SD.
switch.
Garm comes
I do
out.
not suck.
I do not suck.
And what happens?
The Blaziken dies.
It dies. It dies to Scorbrew.
I think it's bad. Or Mary
Yeah, that
Mary
was
hasn't
tough.
used it.
Not
a ton,
going for the fire move is tough. I'm assuming she thought it killed. It was probably a roll.
This is only the third game it's been in. It's come to less than half the matches.
All right, Sinistcha against Clef. Unfortunately, this Clef's for sure unaware, but that Spadef drop does matter. She's kind of giga goobed now.
Wait, didn't Garden City have a Sinister that fucked Marion? Oh no, it messed up Philadelphia. My fault.
I mean, this is for sure unaware, right? P2 comes out. Gall just going to try and get this burn. Can't
You
even
don't-
freeze
yeah.
him, really. I don't know why you go Fairy. I feel like the Ice Beam doesn't matter, the chip.
I think it is.
I mean, you just
Unaware.
but the issue is Shadow Ball can Spadef drop, so eventually he wins this. Oh, but because that does too much. You just Strength Sap and yeah, it does too much because Unaware also is avoiding. Yeah. You got to switch, or I guess Sack works as well.
Oh, no,
Oh, wait.
Hello, Orange. Bye bye, Orange. Oh, hello, Orange.
I am here to watch.
The short
Reviewing the
doesn't break.
matches.
So now we're looking at.
Great, but this is really funny because this is mono discharge.
He's got that fiery on him.
Can't break a sub. So it's a matter of how many boosts you can get before.
Yeah, you need some
Right.
boosts.
If you're Black Sludge, maybe. I mean, you are. If you were Black Sludge Protect, maybe. But
Yeah, let's.
kind of insane. This is only a +1. There we go.
Finally get +2, get the poison.
All right. Back up a bit. We're at +2 now.
Yeah, now it's gonna start doing damage.
And get the poison, and the duck dies. And the sub's still up, so you just kill it this turn. And you get one more as well, which is tough. Latios. Does he go treads?
Hello.
No.
No.
If you went, I was gonna say you go treads. Saxgarm, smart enough. Moon. No. No moon.
Where's the Magnerise? So where's the luck in this game? What's the luck in this game?
I feel like it probably should have been moon on the Latios, and then you just knock off.
Try it. Natty, heed our call. Use
Now you go
Magneton.
moon.
Use Magneton, bro.
No moon again is tough.
He's saving it for something. Was it that crit that mattered?
Big
That
crit
might have
on
been the one.
Stonehenge.
That might have
Yeah,
been
that
the
crit
one.
does matter.
Yep, man.
High crit move, yay!
I think
crit and a high
I think
crit
you can be
move.
reasonably less mad if it's a high crit move.
Attack.
All right, now do we finally go moon?
Yeah.
He's kind of forced to go moon. He just DDs and he wins. Yeah,
Moon just, I guess it just lives.
Classic
but-
Natty.
because it lives -2 for sure. Moon Spadef is pretty good.
Classic Natty moment.
And it's Iron Head, and it's another Iron Head. Which, by the way, this Iron Head, I don't know if it killed without the crit, because it is
Oh.
unaware. But I think the
If it
Protosynthesis
didn't crit me.
attack.
I actually can't get knocked. It's not here just for next week. Yeah, I doubt Mary loses the next week, but and then this game, Bandito Orange.
Oh. We don't talk about this one.
It happened a while ago, but they played.
Okay. I'm not even kidding. My whole strategy is to hazard stack him, and then Terra goes to Belly Bolt. Pretty much immediately, like, we exchanged these, like, 3 layers of spice, and I'm like, oh, he just lets me have that. And then I go into this, just get Terra Ghost off, and then I think I just bolt, because I have no other play. Yeah. So my Build Bolt's already low, and I go into this. He can't touch me, so he fishes for the para, gets the para. Keep in mind, I should have jungle healing. I don't have jungle healing.
Of course you don't. Not this week.
Yeah, not this week where I get. It's just the way it's the worst play imaginable. I think.
Getting that.
Well, I mean,
And
he,
then
I
you
mean,
get-
he
yeah.
admittedly was fishing for a paras.
Fuck, he was
just got
literally
it on the
fishing
first
for
turn.
paras. Jumper Warriors on a mon where he shouldn't have been able to fish for a para.
I'm pretty sure he
And
told
then I
you.
danced around this Dragonite for 3 turns, and he finally.
I would have just
fuck
roosted
out.
on that guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I should have lost there.
Alright.
I honestly should have lost there.
Boots
I
everything.
feel like
That does
I feel
nothing.
like D Knight can easily win this game.
But luckily, since
Knock.
Bandito didn't prepare and bring low kick, I can still do this.
Never mind.
Water Pond comes out.
Force Roost. I have stuff to do with this thing. I do this to catch SD. I catch a
Holy
Hornleech
shit.
instead.
Okay. Sub it up.
So
Why switch?
he cudgels.
Huge bond, and
You
now it's all orange from here on out. It's orange type
Yeah, it's
gameplay.
Really, it's all Cryogonal, and I think that's absolutely
Pretty
insane to think
pretty
about.
bad start so far. Just knock off again. Why do
Wait,
that?
literally just knock off it. Do you see? He's fishing.
He wants the poison, wants the flinches.
And I'm just gonna get rid of rocks, so I get faster recovers. But then I go into this when I realize he doesn't have fighting move. Then he goes into this, and I said, "Oh, let me catch that."
Classic.
Here's Z Knight.
Does
I say I'm not getting stuck by
does
DD today.
Does multi-scale come back when you get back to full?
Yes, it always
yeah.
comes back.
Okay.
So does Terapagos' thing.
I thought
It comes
Tropicals
back.
didn't. Oh fuck.
It does.
That mon's broken as hell.
That's why Leftovers is good on it.
Why is it 130 points? I don't know.
I think we have it at 150 now.
And
Right.
goodbye.
Mary said it was worth 100. What the heck? Mary, what are you doing?
And now this problem.
Oh.
I don't know why you run a rock polish instead of just spinning. Do you really need +2?
I don't.
I guess for
But now you may watch the Belly Bolt show.
If he was just Calm Mind, does he just?
Oh, he is so fishing for freezes here too. He is so fishing for freezes.
He should be Terra.
Like...
we can't Terra Starstorm. My fault.
And now he's at -2. Now he's doing nothing. He goes patch now. This lock off. He can recover if he wants. I think I swap here though to catch Toxic. Yeah,
he probably should have recovered.
He's fishing for shit. He's actually fishing.
Did he not tell you that? I swear to God, I swore he told you about. He was fishing for it. Also,
no. I probably bitched about it. It's fine.
What the hell is a Jaboka berry? Did I miss that part?
So that was all for Terapagos and multi-scale.
Oh.
So that way, he does damage to me. I get rid of the Terra Shell without doing no damage, and then.
Yeah, I've seen it run in like games against Terapagos a lot. When you're hit, you do like a little bit of chip.
If I can just volt there, yes, I'm the goat. That's so much as well.
I'm the goat.
I am the goat. I am the goat.
Bro didn't even goes rude. Tough. All right.
Probably should have, but oh well. And then he just sacks his shit. Sure.
Yeah, was he really boots Terapagos?
Yeah. I think that's standard Terapagos boot.
Yeah,
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
You do everything in your power to keep that Terra Shell.
Yeah,
that makes
like
sense.
Kuma runs it.
It is very.
It's fucking broken. I'm gonna be real.
Honestly, he probably should have gotten a freeze.
Yeah, he probably should have bited.
He clicks it more than 10 times.
No, he's getting toxic stalled now. Fuck.
Yeah, I know now he's getting toxic stalled, but I'm thinking realistically, based on the odds, he should have gotten a freeze somewhere here.
Yeah.
I bet he died.
Tough beat. Freeze?
Bellybolt did his job.
Nothing.
Bellybolt is the GOAT. I'm a big Bellybolt fan.
Now I'm a big Bellybolt fan.
All
Now
right.
that it's fucking stopped this shit.
After the game's officially time for power rankings, Ben?
Let's go.
All right. I'm ready. You guys ready for power rankings?
Yeah, let me just get it back to...
Sure.
Let me just get it back to the screen and everything.
Are we going to have special guest Orange on as well?
Orange?
Oh, you can. Or you can kick me out. Completely up to you, because I do have a QC I need to implement.
No, you can stay.
Well,
I'm going to promote my video.
We got 6 whole gamers here. Let's go.
I can't. My video is performing about the same as usual, which is not good.
give it some time. Let it.
I actually lost a subscriber, which is something I didn't think was possible.
Because they remember you posted and they said, "Damn, I hate that guy." That's what happens to me. All right.
I have more watch time. Oh, you've buffed my watch time, probably.
Oh, I did. I watched all of it. Ben?
Because I'm sitting at 3.4 more than usual.
Ben?
I watched 30 seconds and then stopped.
At least watch the intro before week 1. That was pretty good.
Ben, whenever you're ready, you can start it up.
All right.
Oh, let me change.
You don't have it open though, bro.
I have it open on stream.
No, you don't.
I don't. Oh, it's on studio mode. My fault. Okay. Boom.
Your screen's frozen.
There you
go. So we've just looked through all the games. All right, we ready?
Yeah. Run it up.
Yee.
What's good, PBO people? We're doing the power rankings live. Last power rankings of the season, probably. I mean, maybe we could do one after all the games. I don't know. We'll see. Or we'll probably do a playoff picture instead.
Playoff
is my guess. Yeah, playoff pick'ems and stuff like that. We kind of stopped pick'ems a little bit, I guess, but we're still doing power rankings strong. So we'll start off at 14. It's me again. Back again once again at 14. Like I said, ever since I came back this season, I'm kind of just taking a spot. Not only am I like barely prepping, I'm also kind of bringing troll sets to prep. And then in the game, I'm throwing a little bit too. Like, I think I could have won if I just... Because I had a kind of cool Ninetales in this game. The Calm Mind Agility set. Stored Power. And I think if I just click Stored Power on the Venusaur at the end, I just win. But I didn't. Semi on purpose. I was just like, whatever. So, not really putting much thought into it. And also, Sun's trash. I think Sun in Gen 9 is really, really bad. I think it's borderline
Yeah,
unplayable.
I mean, even with the photosynthesis mons, like there's only a few things that like really care about it. Most of the past mons kind of just run booster anyway.
Yeah, so I think Sun's really bad. That's just my opinion on Gen 9 Sun. I think it streamlines your mode of attack really hard and makes it so you kind of have to only play one way, makes you kind of very predictable. And if it goes wrong, everything kind of just crumbles, and you don't really have the defensive pieces to answer any of the checks the opponent has.
Would you say the best weather is snow, probably?
Easily snow. Snow
Yeah.
crushes all other weather by far.
Just especially because you get that
Because
defense boost on the ice types.
because you get the defense boost, and also because it's set up by such a good Pokemon that doesn't really Slowking, and along with Ninetales is really good too because of Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil's really broken, but having like semi snow, I think is the best way you can do weather. Like semi snow Glowking, I think that like Glowking plus like one snow advantager or maybe two, I think is the best way to do weather. I think Glowking is just one of the best Pokemon in the draft format to begin with, and Chili has the added benefit of switching you out and giving you momentum.
Yeah, Slowking is the only one that gets Chili Reception, right?
Well, yeah, both
Like,
forms. It's the only one.
Yeah, it's just a really good move.
Yeah, it's insane. That's why everyone's like fantasizing about something that like sets a hazard or a terrain and switches you out. It's like something else that they could do because it's just so good. It instantly makes like mid Pokemon like Glowking is really good, but it's really good in part because of like teleport / Chili, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any Pokemon that gets it would instantly become like imagine if Tangrowth set up grassy terrain and switched out on like a move. That would be so nuts.
But you've done that before, right? Different league.
That's something Muggs like. That's a move Muggs thought of in her.
Oh, I'm thinking of when you had Tangrowth. Yeah, never mind.
I've had Tangrowth multiple times. Tangrowth
Yeah.
is really good. If it had a switching move, it'd be literally one of the best Pokemon ever created. I love Tangrowth. We can move on to 13, unless Orange has something to say about the nature of Sun and pivot moves.
The only thing I have to say is Max Attack Adamant, Ogerpon, Hearth Flame, Ivy Cudgel in the Sun versus your opinion. 1,000% to 2,000% to
Damage. Yeah.
then you drafted Raging Bolt without Terra.
GG, shake my
you're
hand.
half-assed.
We don't allow it.
Exactly.
And I didn't draft it. I got it.
Exactly. Simply, I think we just need to put Ogerpon in the Sun and let things cook. All right, one of these days, someone will pull up with Sun and actually do decently well.
So I might derelegate. That could be funny. We'll see.
And on to the next guy who has yet to really, you know.
Yeah. Both the guys who took over teams aren't doing good so far. I think Bandito made his team actively worse after the swaps from Metal's previous team. I thought Metal's previous team was pretty good.
It was really good.
And I think he definitely made it worse, which is unfortunate. Terapagos is still third on the kill leaderboard, which is really funny. But
Metal was watching this and laughing his ass off. In fact, I might be able to share. He gave me a message. I get on Discord proper for the first time in more than half a month. PBO's latest power rankings, and I see that my team. Look at how they massacred my boy.
We're sorry, Metal.
Oh, we are sorry, but unfortunately, if you were on the other side, I would have lost. That's all I'm saying.
I think these 12 kills, I'm pretty sure 11 of them were Metal. 10
Yes.
or 11, something like that.
Yes, 10 or 11 over Metal. That's true.
Oh, the Tarap definitely killed the Cryogonal. I remember that.
Okay. Yeah, so you got a kill this week. 0-4 so far, you know. Or because he already lost his last week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Both of the teams that just took a team over were kind of just like, I don't know, not really in it this season, I think. I don't know what's happening, but it's tough situation, tough season. Tough what happened to Metal, because I thought Metal was going to win this season, I'm not going to lie. I thought his team was nasty.
He was the favorite, easily.
He was the favorite after the first 2 weeks. I was pretty impressed. and it's unfortunate what happened. But here we are. I don't have much to say on Bandito or his play. I hope he plays next season.
Yeah, it should be fun.
This week wasn't bad, and neither is next week, as we saw there. He only lost 1-0. Like he's doing better every week. Like he was only a 2-0, but still, that's kind of just all there is to it.
Yeah, keeps it close.
We can move on.
Number 12, Crown Point.
Crown Point's doing interesting because I think Crown Point's lost a few games due to unfortunate circumstance now. Like I think he lost week 1 due to unfortunate circumstance, and I think he lost week 5 and 7. There was some like luck involved there. I will say I just think the team isn't that good and isn't being utilized super well because I think he should be Trick Room almost every week, and very rarely he like brings Trick Room as much as like a normal team would bring Trick Room when it should be the default is Trick Room. Like it should be like 5 to 6 of the games every of the season are Trick Room weeks, and instead it's like he's doing it twice, or like maybe once. I think he's only done it once, maybe twice.
You're gonna hate me for saying this. I think Mac's biggest downfall, especially given what I just saw, is valuing the health on Alamomola and valuing like his regenerator core. He was kind of impatient, like especially against me, right? Where the biggest thing is that he sacked Cloaking, right? If that Cloaking had stayed around, he wouldn't have lost his Zarude, right? So it's a bunch of like really weird. I don't want to say impatience from the team, but like
I do.
He's just not valuing his defensive core enough.
I think for how fat his team is, he's a bit impatient. I'll say it. I think he's a little bit impatient. I remember. I mean, the game that just sticks out to me the most is because I watched it a bunch was the week 1 game where he's switching around a bunch and like things are going okay, and then randomly Bramblegast, when he has Alomomola, comes in on Donphan, dies to knock off instantly, and he goes to Titan hard, no snow up, and belly drums right there on the spot. It's like he just gets impatient sometimes with his fat team. If you're gonna draft so fat, you gotta
be there to play the long game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think over this season he made his team actively worse. He took this Terra off Cetitan, which I thought was really bad. He kind of like slowly decommitted from Trick Room by getting like Horror Work. I thought that wasn't great. I thought the first iteration of this team was the best iteration. He put Terra on Bramblegast, which is like okay. I think getting out of Hoopa Unbound was good once Hoopa Unbound got dropped. I thought that was a good get.
Yeah, wait, the Bramble went to 3 games and lost all 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean Bramble, he keeps like believing in Bramble, and it's just it doesn't do it, man. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
You drafted it one season, and it like you just thought it was fucking.
I think Bramble's pretty dog. I think Bramble's pretty bad. I used it because I do think he used it the correct way, which is offensively. Even though it got no kills, I'm pretty sure that's what his Bramble was in most of these games, if I'm remembering correctly. Utility Bramble is really bad. It doesn't have the defenses. It cannot take the hits. I'm sorry, it just can't do it. So like you can't really get spikes up because it's frail. You can't really. It's just bad. You can't leech seed stuff.
It's also just a bad typing.
Grass Ghost can be good. Like Sinistcha's really good. And I think Sinistcha doesn't need to Terra to be bad to like be a good utility mon. It's just like good for fat guys. And Bramblegast isn't a fat guy. Bramblegast is trying to be fat, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like just, it has all the moves to be a utility mon, but it's just not. HP is so putrid.
It's built around a really bad gimmick, a really hard to succeed gimmick.
It is a tumbleweed, so I guess it can't be that sturdy, right?
Yeah, it's got 50 HP, man. I mean, I'll I guess hate till the sun comes home. You did get lucked a little bit. I think your Aloe got crit 2 or 3 times. Because we didn't actually have a lot to do to Aloe once Hydrapple was low and Saralege died. Yeah, I mean, overall, a few of these games have ended unfortunately for you. Like obviously, like I said, the Saudas, the Worcester, and the Valiants one stand out. A few of them you got out prepped. Like I think Lion City, you got out prepped pretty hard. You got swept by Frederick, I think. I think it's a good comeback season for you because you haven't played in a while. Based on some of the things you knew and didn't know. Like I think you didn't know what jungle healing was, if I remember correctly. So just dipping your feet back into the draft scene, learning some stuff. You traded Ursaluna. That's what you did. I think that's pretty bad on a Trick Room Tune to get rid of your Ursaluna. I don't know. It's a lost season. If you win this last week, I think you could have a chance to not relegate. So that's probably what you're playing for. But you are going to relegate if you lose. I'm pretty positive. So there's that. Yeah. That's what I have to say.
On to the next.
We can move on. Yeah, we can move on.
And number 11.
Pittsburgh Scizors, right? Yep. They move up a bit. They beat me and Valiants. That's fun. They had pretty cool stuff like the Curse Mimikyu this match. Ever since he got the Sun with the Gouging Fire, I think that it's been much more competitive. I really wish he won against Crown Point, and then I would be like really happy with him being like 3-4. He probably wouldn't have a chance to make playoffs just because his differential would be so bad. But like this last week against me, he won, so that's good. I am kind of, handing out wins at this point, but you still have to win the game, I still click the buttons. I think if I click Stored Power, I do win, so there is that. So, like, you can't move him up too hard. But Gouging's been pretty impressive, Torn's been pretty impressive, I like Venusaur. I think the team's actually threatening. I think if he had this team from the beginning, he probably wins, like, maybe against Sunnyside or something. Some team he can overwhelm with, like, pure, like, banded Gouging or offensive Gouging and Sun and, like, growth Venusaur. I think he could win one of those games in the 4 weeks, and then he'd be 3-4 with like better differential. Or he would beat Crown Point, and he could be like 4-3, and I think he could have made playoffs like he tends to do at the second half of these seasons. But he had a really horrible putrid team at the beginning of this season, and it really let him down for 4 weeks straight before he finally changed some stuff up. Yeah, play overall solid. I think you played Torn really good this match. You made the correct prediction with Torn twice, with U-turn versus knockoff. I thought you got Gouging in at the right time. It's a good win. Knew when to sack what you needed to sack. I was impressed. I thought it was a good week overall. Anything to say, you two?
Yeah, I think you can make a strong finish at the end of the season, and if you can beat Abbotsford. Seeing as how his team is laid out right now, at least. I don't know how well Abbotsford does against him. I'd have to look at his team again, or if like he could just get swept by Gouging Fire. But at least going into his last matchup, it's not. It's definitely a tougher opponent for sure. So we'll see how he does. But I at least think that he probably won't get relegated though, if I had to guess. So I think he'll be fine for next season.
Yeah, I mean it all depends on Crown Point and him.
Yep.
All right, anything to say, Klefkis?
Not really. Like you said, I just wish it was this team from the beginning. I'm not a big fan of Mimikyu. I never have been.
Yeah,
but
Mimikyu's
I
pretty...
really like that this team. It looks so much better now than it did, and it's just too late. Like you're playing against Ben, who's not motivated, he's lost in the league. Yeah, you're gonna get that win. If you beat Abbotsford here, we'll probably sweep this season under the rug. Pittsburgh has always been that kind of gatekeeper. If you beat him, you're playoff material. If you don't beat him, you're probably not playoff material. I think as the league has gotten stronger, it means you're inconsistent, Mr. Valiants.
Let's go!
Oh boy, we'll get to you when we get to you. But
yeah,
I think as the league has gotten stronger, Pittsburgh has kind of been left in the dust a little bit. His gatekeeper status is starting to come into question. I think if he beats Aggrons, we might just be able to ignore the first 4 weeks of the season, laugh at Valiants going 5-2 and losing to Pittsburgh, just like I lost to Clonbrook last season. We don't talk about it. But generally speaking, you know Pittsburgh is better than what his record is. It's just that he
had such a horrible team at the beginning.
He did not have a good start.
I thought the team
problem is it's like building a house. You got to start with a good foundation. And you had Terra, Palbay, and Tauros.
I thought his team and the team Norwalk had were two of the worst teams we've seen in PBO history at the beginning of the season.
I think we have seen worse from lower divisions. But I think Pittsburgh is good. If he just wins this last week, we'll forget it, man. We'll forget it. Don't worry about it. Just
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Speaking of moving
I'm ready
on,
to...
it's Kurth.
Kurt's
Banging.
having a resurgent second half of the season. He's winning some games. He's winning some games against playoff opponent. Like Lion City is a playoff caliber team. I'd actually be really sad if Lion City didn't make the playoffs. Because I think he's played pretty good in some of these games this season. I think he's worthy of being like the 8th or 7th seed and having a shot for the championship. Kurt's made his team better for sure through transactions a few weeks ago. I think it's shown in his games. They've been close. I think Kurth probably could have won that Sunnyside game if he like really locked in. But I mean, he's had 3 wins in the last 4 weeks. He's looked really good, and he's getting right back to hovering around that 4-4 record that barely got him to the playoffs last time. He's kind of found his groove a little bit with these new changes. The Inteleon set this week was really cool. The Meloetta was really cool as well, even though it didn't actually end up really doing anything. It was really more Inteleon. He called the play the switch correctly and got the sub up. He keeps bringing more Pico, and he keeps just sacking it. I see that 0-3 there. He's brought it 3 times. It's died 3 times. I think it's done actually nothing. I don't know how many moves it's gotten off. I think it's been a sack like 2 of the 3
It was
times.
brought against me, and it died to as a root, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think he's
It
sacked
died to
it
something.
twice. I think he's sacked it twice. So, like, you know, shoulder shrug. What's the more Pico here for, right? He hasn't brought Dirge or Galvantula yet, but he has them, and I think in playoffs, if he manages to make it, Dirge is a really scary Pokemon. Maybe not this week, because I think Nevada has a Darkrai, so there's that, and he also has Dragapult. So, like, both of those guys are kind of scary together. Meloetta's 0-4. The Terra Captain's really letting him down this season. They've done nothing, huh? That's tough. But
Yeah.
Conk's been good. Bird has been good. Lando's been pretty good. You know, all that standard stuff. It's, overall, it was looking really bad at the beginning. Now it's kind of like a bounce back, just middling season from Munchen on a team that I think is pretty bad. I think Kurthwack's a pretty good player. I think the team is pretty atrocious, but he's kind
I
of
think
bounced
Kurth just
somewhere.
likes trolling a little bit when he
Yeah,
drafts.
he's trolling, and I think he's drafted a little bit troll.
Yeah, 'cause
and
this team feels like misdirection, because had you draft Galvantula and Dirge and they haven't come to a game yet in 8 weeks, but you're bringing your top.
well,
you're
those guys
bringing
are
your
new.
first
Those
four.
guys,
Those are
those
new.
guys are those guys are week 6 editions.
Oh,
Yeah, you see the
well,
transactions. over there.
hopefully,
Hopefully they
you'll
come.
bring in week 8.
But yeah. I mean, I don't have much else to say. What do you guys think? I think Kurth's just, I think he's a pretty good battler. He just has a pretty whack team, and he's bringing some pretty wacky sets, and sometimes it works. The second half, we've seen more of it working. I think he's kind of found what he wants to do with it in the second half a little bit. And he has a chance at playoffs. These are the teams that now have a chance at playoffs if he wins in like Lion City and
Yeah,
somewhere
and
else.
has a decent differential too. I don't know what he'd probably have to get like a 4 or 5-0, right? to,
I
like-
have it.
Yeah, probably.
I have it on stream. I can show it off really quickly. He has a chance, but he needs Lion City and Abbotsford. It would help.
Nevada. If he beats, because he's playing Nevada, if he beats Nevada down like 4 or 5-0,
Yeah.
if he beats Nevada down 5-0, they'd be 4-4 each plus 0, and
It kind of
then
depends on how the teams around Nevada do as well.
yeah, and then he would need Lion City to lose, and then so if it's 5-0 or greater, he probably has a pretty good chance at making it if Lion City loses.
I mean, Kurth is always going to be scary because it's like playing Mug. You just never know what the fuck is going to happen. All right? You can prepare all you want, but there's only so much preparation you can do when you fucking see like Flame Charge or fucking Blunder Policies sing Skeledirge or what did he do against me? Trick Room, Thunderwave, Meloetta into Kinkeldr, and then I just get absolutely mollywopped.
Metal Burst,
I
Sableye.
mean, you can... Yeah, offensive set. Fucking hell. I had to rewatch that game. Now I'm getting PTSD
The
all over
playoff-
again.
The playoff game against Za is probably the most successful I've seen him in terms of trolling and
just-
it working.
Yeah, super impressive.
Just offensive set. Like I said, it's Kurth. If anyone can cook, it's Kurth. The problem is, it's also Kurth. So he can drop the ball at any given time because he cooks a little too hard.
Yeah.
That being said, it is so easy to just lose. Like, oh my god. He's scary. He is absolutely scary. And I mean, fuck. Some of these losses, like, some of the losses suck, and I know that's because Kurth has time constraints, right? But I have a feeling
also-
if Kurth was at full power, I think we'd all be cowering.
He got super
Under
lucky by
events.
Anthony. That was the luckiest game. Anthony's had some pretty lucky games this season. His luckiest was against Kurth. So he'd be 4-3 if he didn't lose to Anthony.
If luck, I just kind of put all my like, instead of putting my EVs into attack every week, I put them into the luck stat.
Yep.
That's all I do.
It's only in your
It
showdown.
works out.
It's only in your showdown.
My showdown has an increased luck chance.
All right, we can move on to number 9.
To the playoff team that everybody wants to see.
Lion City Leech Life. I think he's number 9 on the regular standings too.
Yep.
I mean, I think this is the definition of like you said, Pittsburgh's the gatekeeper usually. I think this is the gatekeeper this season. This is if you look at his wins, it's all guys below him. It's all guys who like aren't doing so hot this season. A lot of losses, and if you look at his losses, it's big loss to you, big loss to Nevada, some higher tier teams, and then teams on the edge. He's losing 1-0. So what does that tell you?
I think literally gatekeeper status.
Yeah, it's literally perfectly encapsulating the playoff edge like player, right? Like he's losing to the top teams really badly. He's beating down on the bad teams, and teams right around the edge with him, he's like barely losing to. The issue is, in order to actually make the playoffs, you have to win some of those like middle
not
tier
beating
games.
not beating the Agrons sucks, and not beating Kurthlack also sucks, because if there was an opportunity to show that you were a playoff coach, that was it.
He also could have taken a forfeit win, and he'd probably have a really high chance at playoffs. Because,
I mean, in that case, they fought with honor. All right, they said I could take a forfeit win, or I could fight with honor, and you know what? I respect it. You want to play it out anyway.
Because Agrons used Dire Claw, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he's got Sauda, who's the number 1 seed right now. And this last week, I think there's a pretty good chance he loses, which is just really unfortunate because I've really liked seeing him play this season. And I think he's looked really, like, obviously he has 2 4-0 wins and a 5-0 win. He's played some really good matches this season, in my opinion. Some really good, some really close matches. It's just unfortunate that 2 of the really close ones ended in losses, and he's probably going to end up with a 3-5 record. Unless he can pull off something against Saudas.
I mean, I think it's worth talking about his transactions as well. It's
I
not
think
that
he
he's made his team. I mean, he got rid of Fortress. Anything getting rid of Fortress automatically makes your team better. But
I think he made the team better.
I like the Terrabug low kicks. I like the Bike Ball. I just don't think this team is coming together and playing the way that it should, if that makes sense. I don't think the spike stack is working. I haven't seen him go Glomara Golden Go yet. But when you have the best house stack and combo you can get, plus a Blood Moon that puts on pressure, plus, a faster Mon and Noivern, plus the low kicks with priority, I just don't think this team is playing offense the way that it should. And I think that's starting to bite a little bit because, even against Agrons, right? There was so much opportunity for, this low kicks. It's always a Scarf low kicks, is what I've noticed. It's always a Scarf low kicks. And I think that's because there's some speed issues. I also think that, again, you're just not pushing the offense enough. You have some of the greatest offense tools given to you. You just need to keep that pressure on. And the second you take off that pressure, you saw it with the Inteleon. It subbed up, it hydroed, and then you just didn't have an answer. And it's concerning. It's a little concerning because if Kurth out preps you, which, that's a possibility. It's always a possibility. We've already spoken about Kurth. But if Kurth out preps you like that, all right, someone is going to look at that game and go, you know what? I just need to prep for the low kicks because it's the only offensive threat that I've seen, and then throw on something with speed for the Blood Moon.
Yeah, I've been impressed by the low kicks, but I will say he's been very reliant on low kicks. That's for sure.
He's been reliant, and I need this team to click offensive buttons because it's an offensive team, and things will die if you don't click offensive buttons. You're giving your opponents all this free space, these free turns to do whatever the heck they want, and it just doesn't look good for this team, especially when you have Glimmora Golden Go plus Blood Moon, and webs. Even if you need webs, they're right there. It's a great team. It just needs to come together, and we are running out of time for it to come together.
I think you got anything to say, Valiants?
Trying to think. Yeah, I mean he's against Sauda the last week. He would have to win, right, to be in the playoffs.
You would have to win. That you
Okay.
cannot lose in the
3 and
playoffs
5. I think even if he wins, he could miss it. If like
Yeah, if he
all the
wins, he
teams that are
could miss it.
if all the teams that are 4 and 3 go 5 and 3, then he could miss still.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it is just a unfortunate circumstance with a couple losses that he does have that are just that were really close. Because I think, like you said, like he is a gatekeeper almost. I think he can probably even maybe even next season just basically like this is because Orange, this is one of your friends, right?
Nope.
No, it's not. I don't know who that. I forget you invited a couple of people.
Oranges.
He found it. He just found it, or it is one of Orange's friends, but I think he found the.
It's the Garden City
previous
Grottos. The oranges with the plural.
The oranges,
not orange singular.
Or gotcha. Okay.
Garden City Grottos, oranges.
Garden City Grottos,
not
the girl
orange.
the girl who beat you up last season.
Yeah, sure.
That narrows it down.
That narrows it down. I understand. Oh no, he definitely is a really good player. I'm looking forward to see more from him. And if he does actually get to playoffs, then that'll be great. And I think he's got a really good shot.
Also, a Pokemon he brings every week, and that I've been unimpressed by, and in general I'm unimpressed by in draft in Gen 9, Gardevoir. I think Gardevoir, I don't know, man. I don't know if Gardevoir is it. I feel like Gardevoir dies really fast.
It's just really frail.
I think if you're aware of the shortcomings, then you just need to play it offensively. Like, we're not in the generation anymore where you can run Wish Guard. You gotta do something.
Yeah, I think he tried Will-O-Wisp Guard. I don't know if that works anymore. I know he said Healing Wish. I think Healing Wish is fine. I think that's a good brain.
Vacuum Wave is also cute. Yeah, saw him do that against Earth.
I just feel like Gardevoir isn't that good. I don't know. I feel like Gardevoir always falls just short of like getting kills, and then dies in like one hit because it's so frail. But keep trucking on. If you get this win, I think there's a chance as long as someone else, because you have a good differential. So if you get this win, if any of the 4 and 3 teams lose, I think you're in.
Yep.
And I hope you do make it. So we can move on to the team at number.
Mr. Clutch himself and former champion, Worcester. PBO go.
The Worcester Woopers. So this last week isn't in the books yet, so I won't count it. But he will go up because he did win it. He will go up next season or next if we do like a playoff thing next week. But against Mary, I think he played really well. I thought that was one of his better played weeks. I think this team itself is really good. Really, really solid. Ever since the transactions, I've been saying that. I think this is a really solid team. I think Magnezone with Terra is like viable. I don't think it's bad at all. I think Skarm is like the weak link just because it gets caught on the field a lot, but I understand why you have it. You have it for like the spikes and stuff, and it's like a defensive mon. I just think sometimes it can let you down. But I think Moon plus Moth is a really good one too. I think Donphan's a great spinner. I think Sinistcha is one of the best Terra captains allowed. I think it's really nasty. Tarak, it's pretty bad, but like it can still hit hard at least. So it's like pressure. I think B is good. So like all the Pokemon except Banette on the team have some value, I'd say. And I think it's kind of shown the last 4 weeks ever since he got it. He's won all these weeks really well, except the Valiants game. Or not really well, but he's won all these weeks. Except the Valiants game.
Bring hyper offense there, and it's probably just not his style.
The Valiants game, in my opinion, he played at least the first 5 turns ever since like Serlich set up and he switched like 3 guys around and got them all below 50%, and then give it another speed boost and let it kill 2 guys. Essentially, forgot about the speed boost, forgot it was neutral, and then let Sinistra die. I do think that game was winnable for him, and I think it was one of the weaker played games in the PBO this season, at least the beginning. But he came back at the end, which I think shows the strength of the team, like the composition wise. Like he made it really close, or not really close because it was a 5-0. But if you look at the HP the Mons had left, like Iron Moth was kind of doing it at the end there. If you like actually like paid attention to what was going on, like imagine that Revavroom had like 10% less HP and actually died to that Fiery Dance. It was looking kind of scary. Lantern was at like 20%. It was looking kind of scary at the end there. But going on to this week, I think he played really, really solidly. He played Mary, and like she can complain about luck in this game, but really he crit a high crit move, right? He crit a Stone Edge, which is like whatever in my opinion. I feel like he won this game with like barely any luck. I think he like seriously just actually straight up beat Mary. He was getting kind of goobed by Kilowattrell at the beginning of this game because he didn't bring his Dawn Fan at all. But, he used his Magnezone really well to, get some stuff low. He used, I think, Moth pretty well, if I'm remembering correctly. And he really, lowered the HP of everything. And in the end, Moon kind of just put on way too much pressure, and there was not much Mary could do. And I was pretty impressed with the way he played it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, after like looking over the match and stuff too, I mean the Terrakion really just did go on like a tear towards the end, and then Moon just being able to just clean up. It's just that I feel like people. I mean, we do get like a Moon user like every season that we've had so far, right?
Yeah,
It's
Moon's
just
always drafted.
yeah. No, it's just it is just a good mon in draft, even if I know it got like I don't know if it still is, but it did get banned in like OU for a time as well. That's because it could like Terra and things like that. But just being able to come out and just like the I mean gouging fire can do pretty much the same thing, but just like the booster attack and just one dragon dance, like if you get that in the right position, it could just end the game like right there, and that's what he was able to do this week. I do think that even though like Magnezone is one of his Terra captains, I don't know how much it's actually really done for him. At least during like the season and stuff like that, but at least Sinister is just a really annoying Terra captain to prep against, I know for sure, and it's just something the opponent always has to worry about, and we'll see who he's going to be going up against because he's definitely in the playoffs, right? Once he's got 5
5-3,
wins,
he's for sure
so.
in. He's for sure. Yeah,
Guaranteed.
I would be shocked.
Guaranteed in. All right.
So 5 wins, you're basically guaranteed in. I don't think there's a way.
You are guaranteed because the only people outside of playoffs right now are 3 and 4, being Wine City, so he can't get below them. And the worst he could be is the 8th seed if all of the other 4 and 3 teams go to 5 and 3, because he does have a pretty bad differential, so he could drop all the way to 8th. But pretty impressive season, I'd say. The only like he lost to Nevada, but like I don't know if it was like a crazy bad loss. He lost to Aggrons. I think that was a bad loss. The differential. I think Aggrons was throwing away guys at the end, but he had control the whole time. The only super bad loss I'd say though was the Valiants game. That's the only one that was like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? I was like, I don't really know what's happening. But overall, pretty impressive end here, and good run for the former Unova champion.
And him and Mug have a chance to do the funniest thing this season, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They could make it back to playoffs and Gazer in the finals, but a team that wants to reach there so bad is the Abbotsford Aggrons, who could miss it.
The Abbotsford Aggrons. Chilling at 7th. I think this isn't a change at all, even though he won against the Nevada County Caterpies. I probably could have put him 6th, but I don't know. I'm not feeling the team this season, man. I think the team's pretty mid. He played pretty good in this game, I have to say. If he was 3-4 and Lion City took that win, I mean, it would be pretty disastrous right now. I think the feelings would be way down. But he's got Pittsburgh. He's gonna make playoffs. I probably should have put him sixth. Realistically, he should be sixth instead of Nevada, because he did beat Nevada in the head. But I'm not backing down from my convictions. I'll keep him seventh. I'm hating. I'm here to hate. Trapinch came this week. That was good. It killed Darkrai, or it didn't kill Darkrai, but that was the plan with it. But it ended up killing Sandy Shocks, I think. So it still got its one kill, which is nice.
Did it
Fez,
first impression something?
Yeah, at first impression, the Sandy Shocks. Fez did really good in the beginning of this game. It got its kills. Samurott got its spikes up. Heatran was really huge this game. I think the MVP was Fez, though, at the beginning, putting on so much pressure, getting Rillaboom and Scizor so low, really putting Nevada on the back foot, I'd say. I think Nevada had to make some... I think this was a pretty bad matchup for Nevada. He had to make some... or even-ish matchup. He had to make some really, soul reads to get things right about, who was coming out on what turns in order to win the game, in my opinion. Or have, a really aggressive Rillaboom set, offensive. I think that could have also worked, maybe. But obviously, Trapinch has the first impression to trap the Rillaboom and kill it if that was the case as well. So that could have been unfortunate. Like I said, the team isn't my favorite team he's ever had, but it does work on a fundamental level. I think every week it could theoretically win. It's really funneling the kills to 3 guys. If you look, Sneasler's got 8, Heatran's got 8, Spectrayer's got 8. He's really making he's got a bunch of support pieces. I think Espeon's pretty bad. I think, in my opinion, he should have dropped Espeon for a different Terra Captain at some point this season, but he didn't. I am liking, but he's really funneling the kills to those 3. He comes in with a game plan every week. He's got a bunch of support guys for those 3 to really enable them. So it's working out for him a little bit. Let's say in spirit he's 6th, but I do have him officially at 7th. Mm-hmm. I do think he's going to make playoffs. I think he's going to beat Scizors. I don't see him losing a must-win game to this Pittsburgh Scizors. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. So I think we're going to see the Abbotsford Aggrons probably as the 5th or the 4th seed in playoffs. Yeah, I'm imagining he's going to be the last one picked. Whoever doesn't get to pick out of the top 4 is probably going to end up stuck with the Abbotsford Aggrons. And I think he'd probably win that game. So I think he's actually, kind of clawed his way to a pretty good position here. In terms of the Nevada County game, I kind of discussed already how that went. So I think I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think?
Oh, sorry. I think... What was I going to say? If he somehow loses, I think he has at least 4 wins, has a chance to still be in the playoffs, right? But it would depend on the
other requires other people to lose.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely a must-win game against Pittsburgh Scizors. I wonder if he'll bring Trapinch again against him. I don't know.
He might.
I doubt it.
For Geeless,
who does he have that is weak to bug? Recheck.
You go just click on the team again and then.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing to do it on.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Unless you intend to do it on Zerark, which I don't think anyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Trapinch is actually pretty.
I mean, he can trap in a Lecky if it's Terra Ground Trapinch. He can Terra Ground some shenanigans, perhaps a pit with the Lecky and Zorok. Maybe choice band. Choice band it up.
Does Trapinch get are arena traps allowed or not?
Yes.
Oh, it's 100% allowed. So if he could actually, there's a universe where he just sends it in the Torkoal too and bops it.
Yeah, trying to catch Torkoal lead, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
You could also do it on the gouging if you're focused, Ash, and you're not worried about skill shot. So goodbye gouging. And I would go Trapinch for a gouging any of them.
That is kind of funny. Yeah, you could come in arena trap something and then just
it
Torkoal
all depends
gouging.
on what you want to do.
Even Metagross too, maybe.
That's why he picked it so high. He thought he'd use it more, but nope. It's come to 1 game.
I don't know. Aggrons has a very unique sort of you can tell it's comfort picks for Aggrons. The Suian Samurott, the Cyclozar, the Heatran. We've seen the Song and Dance, the Quagsire. We've seen the Song and Dance before. And it looks like it's a lot of comfort picks, and then it's Aggron, so he's going to work you in the neutral a little bit. He's going to have a bit of a better understanding of the game, I think, than some other coaches in Stargazer. And what it really comes down to is if he gets out-prepped or not. The thing with Nevada County is that he was in the driver's seat for most of that game. Same with Lion City Leech Life up until maybe around the end part there, where he had to Lion City was basically playing a sack war. It's all about how you can funnel those kills at the end of the game. You don't want things to get too low because of Spectrier, right? And you get snowballed. It's, can you break Aggron's team before Aggron's team breaks you, essentially? So, it's a little weird because the modes of this team haven't really come out to fruition. I don't think I've seen Grassy Seeds, Lord. If I have, I don't remember it. I remember the Hisuian Samurott is leading a lot. And I remember that, of course, I tried to counter it. Of course I did. But a lot of teams are starting to kind of pick up what Aggron's is laying down. And I don't think Aggron's is giving his normal push to this suit. It feels like he's just missing something. Whether that be that extra mock time or, I don't know, the extra time to trash talk his opponents or what. But it's kind of hard. Like, again, I'm terrified of Aggrons. I will always be terrified of Aggrons because I think the guy has a great understanding of the game. And it's probably just shit-talking me right now as he's watching this video because he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I promise you this. I do not think you want to be in front of an Aggrons that has all the prep time and mocks in the world. Because the last thing you need is to be staring down a Spectre, Hisuian Samurott, Heatran, and Sneasler with a Trapinch for support. I think this team has definitely got a few bumps in the road. Because, you know, you lost to Mary, you lost to Boost, but he barely lost to Boost. He barely lost to Mary. He barely lost to top teams, and then he lost to me for some reason. He won't let that happen again, because he knows if I beat him again, I'll never hear the end of it. So we should all be terrified that he's even gotten this far. Yeah. And like I said, he should be number 6, because there are teams above him I would rather play again than fucking Aggron.
On to number 6. Speaking of,
I believe so.
On to number 6. Who's better than Aggrons? Well, we can tell you at number 6 who is. The guy who we just beat. Better than Aggrons?
Yeah, we got the Nevada County Caterpies. So when I originally made this this list, I was kind of thinking of the season as a whole. And on the season as a whole, I'm just more impressed with Nevada County. I think what really sticks out to me, the win over Klefkis, a really high tier opponent. I think that was one of his best played games. I think he did really good there. I think ever since week 1, he's been really impressive. I'm really liking, you know, how things have been going for him. I've liked his prep a lot. I think his team is really solid. I do think I probably should have put him 7th and Aggron 6th just because they just played in the head-to-head. But just, I don't know, vibes of this season, I'm more positive on Nevada County. I think his season's been better. Maybe it's just because early on things were better and he was 3-1. He has lost 2 of the last 3, so he's trending down a bit. Abbotsford's trending up a bit. I think the team is better constructed here. I think like Darkrai with like Rillaboom Volcanion. I think Rillaboom Volcanion in particular is a really nasty combo. I think Sandy Shocks is a good Pokemon. I think he has like all good Pokemon in Murkrow, right? So like all these guys are viable except for Murkrow, but Murkrow doesn't even come, so he's kind of playing like 9mon, which is still viable in my opinion. I like the team. The loss is like, I think he played pretty poorly at the beginning, letting his Scizor get weakened, letting his Rillaboom get weakened. He didn't have like a better play though, is the issue. I think Polt actually didn't have like a great matchup this week, and he was kind of forced to in mocks, because I was mocking with Abbotsford for this game. I ran like Thunderwave Polt, Thunderwave hacks, because Thunderwave was like the best thing it could do, because like Fezandipity and Heatran were both like, Pulse just not doing anything. It's not doing any damage. It's not really. It's kind of sometimes it feels like Pult in like some matchups is just not doing anything, and it's kind of tough. And all you're doing is just you turning around, kind of spinning your wheels. Darkrai didn't come. I think that's a good call because Trapinch was going to trap it and insta murder it. I think Hawlucha could have come to this game. I know why it didn't. I think you probably should have brought Hawlucha and faked having Unburden, and then he goes because you didn't bring Quagsire, but I'm sure the reason Hawlucha didn't come is because you were fearful of Quagsire. I would have faked having Unburden and instead had Mold Breaker and then killed the Quag with Swords Dance, like Acrobatics or Earthquake. I think that could have been a cool idea. But overall, if you look at the kills, they're pretty evenly distributed. Only really Scizor has let you down. I guess Rillaboom hasn't really gotten any kills this season, but I think Rillaboom's been okay for you. I think Comfey is probably the weak link on the team so far, but I still think it's a pretty solid Pokemon. Kind of an interesting season. Really high at the beginning. After that week against Klefkis, I think you got all the way up to number 3 or number 2 in the power rankings. Now you're back down into like the middle of playoffs, but you still should make playoffs. You're a really solid player. I think you've got a really good team, and I think things are looking pretty up for you right now. What do you guys think? Even despite the loss.
Yeah. No, I think that the team is really good and definitely not one that I want to face in the playoffs. That's for sure. He's got a lot of really important pieces on his team, like his Terra Comfey, his 2 really strong, fast attackers in Darkrai and Dragapult. Even Scizor is also just another scary mod that can clean up late game with bullet punches and the Rillaboom Hawlucha. It's just a really good team, and especially if he wins against this, that'll solidify his spot in the playoffs as well too. Then I don't know how many people will be willing to fight him again. I don't know if would you want to fight him again, Orange?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I can go into detail on my game, but I'm not. I'm gonna try not to do that.
That's okay.
In terms of so Caterpies is interesting, and the first thing I want to bring up to viewers and all of you is that Nevada County was in Sunset last season, and the question you're always going to ask first is, can Nevada County even hang in Stargazer?
Bruce made a good point that Moldbreaker is insta-revealed on Switch In. That is true. That's actually kind of cringe, by the way. I don't like that.
That's kind of cringe that it's revealed on Switch In.
That's kind of cringe.
It does. The game does do that.
My bad. Okay, where was I? All right. So, Nevada County has definitely proven they can fucking hang with Stargazer, okay? There was not a fucking doubt in my mind after he got revenge on the Woopers. I'm pretty sure that was finals of Sunset last season. Sorry.
No, Sunnyside won Sunset.
Was it?
Season.
Oh, right. But didn't they lose to Sunnyside again anyway? Okay.
Yeah, they did.
So
That
obviously, Mug is gonna be Mug. You can't fucking win that. It's just not possible. It's too weird. But generally speaking, immediately after that, you could kind of tell that, like I said, you beat the Gatekeeper team. Congratulations, you've earned playoffs in my eyes. You beat me. I wasn't too happy about that game because I misplayed it in a million ways, and then I somehow kind of crawled it back until I didn't, and you had DD Pult, whatever. But we're gonna ignore that. Then you lose to Mary, which is understandable. That happens. You beat Ben, and then you lost to Aggrons. Which, again, Aggrons isn't bad. I've said how much I fear Aggrons at his height, but I don't think Aggrons is quite where he once was. He's a Titan, but he's not the Titan. He's not the guy to beat anymore. And now you're about to play Kurthwak again. And Kurthwak is basically Mug, but oh shit, I might lose to something that you can actually somewhat predict, but you're still gonna lose because it's Kurth and he's just gonna fucking roll you. I'm gonna be honest. So really, it's kind of the question. Caterpies definitely has earned this spot. Honestly, they've earned this spot. It's the question of, can they bring it home? I don't think so. I like the roster, especially after free agents. I love Hitmonlee, but the upgrade to Hawlucha, the usable Terracothon in Comfey and Avalugg, and the Murkrow in the back, and you have everything. You have everything you need to succeed. This is a championship roster. If I had to bet money, though, on who's taking it home, Nevada County is not going to be my first choice. And I think they still have a little more to prove because, again, they're inconsistent. They're not dominating the top teams, right? They're playing them close, and they're beating some of them in some cases. But I just haven't seen enough yet to the point where I am ready to bet on Nevada County going far in the playoffs. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah.
I'd have
I'm
to
right
agree
around
with
there.
you.
I think
Yeah.
they have a lot to prove this playoffs. I think they're around a mid playoff team at the moment.
They proved they can hang with Stargazer, which was the minimum, and congratulations, you've definitely proven it.
If they
I
can make
need
it
you
to
to prove a little more,
semis, if they can make it to
though.
semis, I'll be impressed. If they make it to
If
semis,
they
I'll be
make it to
impressed.
semis, it depends on who they play. If they play someone actually good and beat them, like someone who picks them, for instance, I'll be damn impressed.
yeah, because
If
they
fall
will be
flat,
getting picked.
it's expected.
They will be a part of the few that get picked.
If there's a team to pick, in my eyes, it's probably this one. It's still a fucking terrifying team. But you're in the playoffs now. There are no baby teams to pick on anymore. There are no Norwalkers. There's no Bens.
Because
You have to be able to actually beat the teams you're supposed to beat, which is going to be the big message here of this
I'm a
entire
baby.
power ranking, really.
What the
I'm a baby.
yeah, Ben's a baby team.
clip that. Because from what we've seen, Nevada comes in, does well, from Neon to Sunset, Toronto hasn't fared so well in Sunset. From Gazer back down to Sunset, Dawn thriving in Sunset right now. Former
It
Gazer
could be a
player.
massive gap, and it's such a
And I would argue this
you gonna do well?
preseason with these teams that with like when oh my god, when Metal was here, I would say the skill was a lot higher, and then you everybody drops late and you got to replace, and then other team they're not playing for something,
think-
their hearts aren't in
I
it.
would have loved to see Nevada County against Metal because that would have been
Yeah, that would have been a good game.
If you beat Metal, oh, you're a top team.
Oh, he didn't even
Nevada
play
County
Metal this
just
Yeah,
isn't there.
Yeah, they didn't play Metal, but
They
season.
got-
Because they didn't even play Bandito. So
yeah, I mean they would have played Norwalk, but I think Nevada beats Norwalk, so
yeah,
so.
I think this record's fine. I think they're doing good.
Yeah, I think they deserve to be here, which is good enough.
Yeah, I think they're doing the best that someone's done coming from the lower division to Stargazer since Mary, probably.
Yeah.
And I'd be proud of that considering our past records.
Yeah.
With like Sin City and stuff like that.
Sin City, the enigma. Speaking of Mary, we're really good at segues tonight, guys. Number 5, Luscious Lop.
We got Mary at number 5. Another L. I think this one is the least luck based. It did have some luck, like the crit obviously was unfortunate. But it is Stone Edge. You know, if it lands, it has a pretty high chance to crit. I mean, I think the whole rest of the game, like, it was pretty close, and Mary was like playing close. I think Worcester played good, and I don't know if he necessarily outplayed Mary. Like, I think Mary played the game perfectly fine. Mary doesn't make like weird plays or anything. It's just she couldn't really do anything to the Iron Moth. So it got it +2, and then it just got 2 kills. I guess she could have made the play to Treads and then back out to Latios, and then that's because on the Fiery Dance, and then that's how she could survive without losing a Mon or a second Mon. But it was a very difficult situation to be put in. That was just a good bring from Worcester. But I think the Volt switching around early was good. Blaziken, I think, like, going for close combat instead of the fire move, maybe she just over-predicted a little bit. Blaziken's been really disappointing this season. It's barely come, and when it comes, it does nothing. It just dies. I think it's everyone else is like carrying their weight pretty well, except Blaziken, in my opinion. It's just like a interesting situation with Mary because all 3 of her losses have involved luck. I think this one was the least, but all 3 of her losses involved luck at least somewhat. I think like the Saudas Chimps one was kind of, I keep saying this because you can't really talk about the losses without luck, but like you gotta qualify it a little bit because otherwise, like, why is she dropping? I think the Saudas Chimps one was a little bit by her own design. She tricked it a scarf, which let it headbutt everything a lot more, but she kind of just sat around for a bit, in my opinion, in that game. But, all her wins are solid. The 6-0 win against Munchen really helps her differential. So she's, for sure making playoffs, in my opinion, unless she loses in every other 4-3 team. She can't miss. Yeah, she can't miss playoffs because her differential's too good. And the teams right out of playoffs are 3-4, so they could, at best, get, a plus... Because I think they're all minus differential. They could, at best, get, plus 1 or 2. And the worst she can do is get, minus... 6. So I think she's actually guaranteed playoffs.
Yeah.
If I go off of the differentials.
It's really hard to shit talk Mary because Mary's good.
Yeah.
Mary is good.
This is her worst season to date.
You can claim okay, so the other thing though, the other side of that coin is you can only claim luck so much, okay? It happened, but at some point you gotta go, how can I prevent this RNG from happening? Because you need a safe win path, and that is what Mary struggles to find, especially towards the end game. So I can't really justify like at the end of the game, you lost 3 games, right? It doesn't matter if they're luck or not. I think you have to kind of again, it's like Aggrons. You're always going to be scared of Mary because Mary generally plays well, and it's consistent. It's consistent for the most part when there isn't luck involved. The thing is that when luck gets involved, she's like, oh my, I can't even explain it properly. But when luck gets involved, she loses apparently. I don't know if there's a way that she can somehow minimize her chances of losing or to luck or RNG. If that's the only thing she needs to do to stop herself from going 8-0 and then 3-0 in the playoffs or whatever, that's fine. I think she easily beats the crown points. I'm sorry, Mac. Easily beats the crown points to Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I know.
I will say she's bring the duck every week. I don't think the duck is very good. I think someone could take advantage of that.
And someone did. Someone did take advantage of the duck.
Yeah. I think if she continues to try and do the duck when the duck doesn't always do something, it could be her downfall in playoffs, for example.
Yeah, and obviously as we go up power rankings, right, these games are going to get closer and closer, right?
Yeah.
She's barely lost to Saudas. She barely lost to Woopers. She barely lost to Valiants. How the hell did you win, by the way? I don't remember that game.
You have to go back and watch the game.
Dark Pulse Flinch.
Yeah, Dark Pulse Flinch Greninja, baby.
Oh, you little shit.
It was Paraflinch.
It was paralyzed. It was the Porygon 2 and it was paralyzed, so there is that.
Yeah, so maybe it's just all about minimizing those odds, but I can't wait for playoffs when Mary gets hacked because she gets flinched by Iron.
Yeah, I was gonna say playoffs. Even though she's been in Kalos, Gazer, whatever you throw her in, she still hasn't made a finals game. Still hasn't made a finals game. I don't even know if she's won.
Not winning a playoff game.
She has won a playoff game. I lie.
She won them last season.
Yeah, she won the last season playoff game, but she's never made a finals.
I was there. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, she picked you because her and Abbotsford colluded. So, sorry about that, but she's never made it to a finals game as good as she is.
And go on.
So there's always something that happens.
Anyway, I don't know. You should always be scared of Mary unless you're very lucky, in which case you're fine.
I agree.
All right. I think Mary's good. She's gonna make playoffs, and she's a big threat in playoffs too. I don't know if she'll win the season. I think she has to break open the Blaziken. You can't have a Pokemon with that many points sitting there doing nothing and win the season. I think she has to find a way to make the Blaziken work to win the season. Maybe it gets a sweep in playoffs or something.
Someone's going to take advantage of the fact it's not showing the games.
Yeah. Because basically right now
it might be time to break them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think with that we can move on
to number
4. Sunnyside. Sunnyside is here because she is 5 and I think 2 at the point of this recording.
Correct.
At the point of this ranking.
Yeah.
So, being 5 and 2, I think she's the lowest of the 5 and 2 teams. I don't think the team is very good. But she beat the brakes off Saudas Chimps, man, so I gotta put her at 4. She beat him bad. I mean, she had the metronome, but she was memeing with metronome. But even without the metronome, I mean, the toxic spikes, it was annoying and it wasted PP, so maybe it mattered a little. But I mean, Glaceon just smashed him, man. Ever since the crit, I don't even know if the crit mattered that much. Glaceon, put Saudas in a pack, he had no real answer. I think it was a case of Saudas not knowing how Mug operates.
True.
In my opinion, he didn't know that Mug
first time you play Mug, it's
Yeah.
literally it's a ritual.
He didn't know that Mug is like a super like essentially hyper stall player, and he didn't know that she likes like ban Ting Lu, which I think is what killed his Kyurem at the beginning. She didn't know that he likes or he didn't know that she likes like really trolly like fat sets, as fat as humanly possible. And he didn't know that she liked really offensive Glaceon, and that she was definitely going to bring it, as she brings it every week since she's had it. Because it was literally just a Mug game. Like, to its core, it's a Mug team, like, fully and totally. She still has operable mons. Like, Ting Lu's still good. Having Ting Lu with only removal, Sandslash, and Corviknight is unfortunate, because most of the time air clicking is defog, which means Ting Lu can't like set up spikes, because you're probably not bringing Sandslash, and if you are bringing Sandslash, you're at like a net -1 mon. So that's unfortunate, but it's kind of fortunate for Mug, because the Ting Lu usually doesn't have spikes, because it's usually choice banned. So there's she can operate that way. I think it was just the case of not knowing exactly what it is. Like, Mug played exactly how you expect her to play, right? She did exactly what Mug always does, which is have some weird Screamtail, choice ban Ting Lu, and then like super offensive Glaceon. That's her bread and butter. That's what she likes to roll with. It's just she found a victim who had yet to experience what it is that she likes to cook. What do you guys think?
Literally how I would phrase it right there. A victim who has not yet experienced the fun that is playing Mug with Screamtail.
If you have
Hate
yet to
that
watch
game.
the video, pre-game, during the game, if there is
And, like-
anyone to beat Saudas Chimps, it
Oh my
would be Mug, and that's it.
I mean, it's definitely a statement. I just want to point out, Mug beat Nevada County,
Yup.
beat Saudas Chimps. Okay.
Mhm.
Beat the undefeated team using Metronome Screamtail. I don't know what kind of statement that sends. I do know this. Boost is not going to be taking the rematch lightly. Because, oh my god. Like I told you, the amount of fear you have after playing the first time, right? And you play Mug the first time, and you are absolutely like, what the hell is going on? Then you get the download, and then the rematch is a lot different. But even when you queue up for the rematch, you are fucking terrified. Because ban Ting Lu... Okay, Ting Lu has 110 attack. I don't know who needs to know that. But if the damn thing doesn't die, with no defense investment or only max HP, and it can go max adamant, and it can run just enough speed to outspeed you like slow as shit, you have a problem. His Dark Crown hits a surprising amount of things, and Mug is not afraid to click Stone Edge. I think it doesn't matter how you slice it. You beat the undefeated coach, you are a threat.
Yep. There's always a chance.
Shit, I'm terrified.
There's always a chance with Mug. You never know.
Because if you see a team like this in the playoff bracket, you know it was not because of forfeit wins. No. That was because someone got rolled by a Vileplume. Valiants.
Yep,
It's okay, buddy. We've all been there.
it's all right.
I got 6-0 by a Vileplume once. That was fun.
Hey, I didn't lose.
Valiants won. Yeah, Valiants won this game.
Yeah.
Really?
You're
Yeah.
thinking of Nevada County.
okay.
Nevada County got rolled by Vileplume.
You're thinking of Nevada County absolutely got decimated by Vileplume.
Regardless.
And so did
Valiants.
Norwalk. Yeah. I do think it's sad that the Vileplume, it was like Vileplume season for a while, and then she ditched the Terra on it. And I think actually her team would be better if the Terra was off Screamtail and Fion and just on Vileplume. I think
but
that
you're
would
telling
be.
Mug not to put Terra on Fion. That's just a workaround.
Well, I actually think you could get it
Actually,
off of
this team already
Screamtail.
commits war crimes. Continue.
I think you could actually put it off of Screamtail and on Vileplume, and Vileplume's less points. So Screamtail would like. I think it would still be fine.
After Mug mental boomed, what's worse than that type of Mug is a comfy Mug, and Mug is now comfy with this team in her element.
Yeah, I mean, she's for sure making playoffs, 5-3. Like the last game's in confirmed. She's in. It's just a matter of what spot she'll be. I'm guessing she's gonna fall out of the top. Maybe her differential's pretty good. She might get a pick. We'll see.
Yeah, it depends on Chimps losing. No, it doesn't. Depends on Vancouver. Depends on Vancouver. So on to number 3. We just mentioned his name, Vancouver Valiants.
Hey.
Vancouver
I think this
Valiants.
is the highest Vancouver's ever been in the power rankings. He's winning a lot of close games. A lot of games he's getting pretty lucky. He's getting crits. It's really Greninja Dark Pulse. Kuma does this too. He flinches. It seems like Greninja Dark Pulse has like a 60% flinch rate. He's beaten me with that too. That Dark Pulse flinch stuff. I mean, that's twice. He's getting crits with Dark Pulses. He's flinching with Dark Pulses with Greninja. Greninja's, I mean, the MVP of the team. Greninja's going crazy.
I love
this
Greninja.
season.
He's got 1 death. 9-1.
Yeah, he's come to 5 games. He's got 1 death. You know, Greninja's going absolutely stupid mode so far this season.
Getting flashbacks of my Terragrind from season 4.
I think this team is just really strong. I think this is a really strong team, so that like if anything goes wrong for the opponent, the game kind of just ends. Like you get swept by Greninja at the end, or swept by Cerulege at some point, or like Revavroom gets a few kills. Lantern's been picking up some kills. Tusk pretty bad so far this season.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get it many kills at all. I've mainly been using the other guys to get kills.
Second season in a row, Tusk and Gazer done bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that it's a bad mod.
And
I
when
think it's
he-
just that I'm like,
and when he loses, because this team doesn't have like a very hard defensive backbone, when he loses, he gets like fucked. As you can see by the 2 losses, they're pretty bad differential, which is why he's 5-2 plus 2. So he's making playoffs because he's going to be 5-3, so he's guaranteed. It's just a matter of what seed he gets.
What?
Uh,
What do you mean?
5-3.
What's that supposed to mean?
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, Anthony.
bro.
no, I'm saying even if he goes 5-3, he's going to make playoffs.
Yeah, but you said
Well,
he's
you shouldn't have
gonna
walked
be
that back.
5-3, bro.
You did say he's going to be. Ben
Yeah, well, he could be
Leech.
6-2.
You're on recording, Ben. We can go back and check that.
He could be 6-2.
Could be 6-2.
If he wins big, he could have a chance at the 2nd seed.
If he wins big, huh?
I'm gonna sweep you. I'm gonna sweep you with Weezing Galar.
You
Sure,
are
you're
not getting
stupid.
a chance at my seeding, no sir.
Here, can we collude and what?
We
how much
collude?
differential do you
We
have?
always are colluding.
We don't need to collude.
All right, but he's gonna make playoffs. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just
at
a
least
matter of
guaranteed in
seeding.
playoffs, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
fine.
Pretty lucky season overall, but still a pretty strong team.
Hey,
Uh,
the team itself.
the Saudas loss, yeah, it looks fine in retrospect because the guy's 6-1, so it's like obviously he's good. The Pittsburgh loss is unfortunate.
It's kind of a blemish on almost a perfect record, bar obviously getting 6-0. But
Yeah, if it was like a 4-0 loss to Saudas and then like you beat Pittsburgh, you just look really goated. But
I
unfortunately,
know. I wish I didn't lose that game. It's so annoying.
Week 5 Pittsburgh, baby. Week 5 Pittsburgh.
I mean, all right. So in all seriousness, Valiance is probably he is probably gone above my expectations. I didn't realize he was this high in the standings and doing this well. Maybe because every time I've looked at his game, I've gone, "What the hell is going on?" But then he pays his opponents off. Clearly, like the Woopers game.
the Woopers game was so crazy, man. That was
it's
so
just-
nuts.
It's Valiance is finally squeaking out. He's no longer relying on gouging fire. Instead, he's relying on Greninja Dark Pulse flinches, which is fine. That's okay. But you do kind of have to look at that Pittsburgh game and go, how long has it been since he's taken a loss again? Is it about time for him to lose to that weird middle-of-the-table team? Can Valiant just hold it together if he doesn't have a whole document
I
from
gotta-
them telling
I
him what
gotta-
to click on what turn?
I gotta get a playoff win.
You gotta get a
Yeah,
play. All right,
this
yeah.
week-
Yeah, you gotta get a playoff win.
This week doesn't matter at all, and I would be shocked if he loses. So we just gotta look towards playoffs, and I am interested to
It's
see
a
how Valiants can do
possibility.
this week.
I'm scared of this team, mainly of the Wigglytuff for some reason, but everything else manageable. The Wigglytuff.
Yeah, I
is
brought
scary.
Wigglytuff once.
Yeah, Wigglytuff did come once, and then
But
he didn't go on
You
the
do
thing
have
that
to
was
question
supposed
the
to be.
consistency a little bit. You have to question it just a little
It
bit.
does-
You
when
barely
he
beat
loses-
Mary. You barely beat Mug. You barely beat
All
you
of
barely
my
beat
wins,
Mac.
beside like usually my wins are like 1 or 2 O's. I can never. Right?
Yeah, Vancouver can
Sometimes
never.
3.
He's always like coming back from behind, and he can never like cleanly win games. Like
That
Uh,
Worcester win, he needed that.
the games
Needed
games
that.
look
Valiant
very.
hold-
Yeah, the games
basically,
look ugly.
Can Valiants hold it together even if Ben doesn't give him a giant document of what to click on what turn?
Well, he doesn't do that.
I'm gonna.
We like we make the teams together, but
I'm gonna
I do
in
the
playoffs.
fucking bet.
It feels like Ben's
I do the
plans,
battling.
and then you are just going off of like a flowchart.
A football play
Not
close.
not really.
I think when he does that, he loses because he did do that last season and at the beginning of this season, or not the beginning of this season. He did do that last season. Like he leads basically. Like he asked me what should I lead, and I say, well, you should lead this if this and yada yada. And he doesn't really, or if I say something, he doesn't actually like. He
It
just
was
leads
against
it no
the
matter.
Doug trio.
Anthony's brain is not large enough to think outside
Damn,
of what Ben
Anthony.
has done in the
Yeah.
models.
Hey, Orange, I think you have to pick Vancouver now. I think you have to pick Vancouver.
See, I don't want to pick Vancouver because that means I don't get Ben for mobs. That's fine. I would pick Vancouver
I think-
every time otherwise.
You can go
I
talk
think
to
this team's-
Abbotsford. Go talk to.
I think this
No.
team's really good though. I think the triple fairy is pretty fun.
This team
I
is
like
sick.
it a lot.
Jump Fairy is cute. I like it, and the
It's-
Lantern
it's-
pick
it's-
is also
it's
very
cool.
cool. I like.
Lantern's
I like
been
this
cooking.
team.
I did
Lantern's been
not. I
good.
did not expect Lantern to be that good, but I'm glad. I have it.
Lantern, yeah, has come to a lot of games. It's been pretty good in my opinion. Pretty positive.
It's 5-3.
Lan-
It's a defensive Pokemon. That's positive. That's
Well,
awesome.
if you look 3-0, Lantern hasn't lost, so there is that too. Lantern hasn't lost a game it's come to. Every other Pokemon has lost a game. That's what that
Lantern's
WNL
not like
stat is.
operating system.
It has
is kind of
died in all the
like you
games,
see
but it
pop-up.
has been a contributing factor. In the
Yeah,
wins.
he's a contributing guy. He's a team player.
Well, Valiants, I hope you can actually win and not lose to something like I don't know.
And now, Orange,
Woopers again.
your turn
Woopers.
under the hot seat. At,
My turn.
at
under the hot
number
seat.
2. At number 2, not number 1.
Yeah, it is super impossible for him
Well.
to pass me, huh? So yeah,
Yeah.
Valiance
It is
has
literally
no shot.
impossible. Yeah.
No,
Valiance has no
best I
shot
can
at
get
those
is
two
best I
seeds.
can get is 3.
So I mean, what have I said about the team that can? The team's nasty. It's super goated. It's super throated. It's a crazy, crazy team.
I could go into so much detail right now. I'm gonna try not to. But
I mean, Klefkis has dominated most of his wins. Actually, if you look at it, he has like 2 4-0s, 2 5-0s, another 4-0. The only one that was close was the Swamperts.
me
one.
against fucking Bandito.
The losses are pretty close, although the Saudas Chimp game wasn't close. It was what's it called?
No, it was.
he like sacked 2 guys. at
It was the
end.
Boulder Show.
I don't have much to say because like he won this week and it was like a pretty standard game. He played. He got the hazards up, which was good. That was a smart prep. The Belly Bolt Ghost was good for Terapagos. That's like a good bring, obviously, because he doesn't have a ghost regularly. So Terapagos kind of was going to smoke him without the ghost on it. He is a bit of a Zarude merchant, but you know there's not much you can do about that.
I mean, there is so much stuff I wish I could say. The first thing is that Valiant's a fucking fraud. All right, honestly, the best value I got out of it is fucking either against Kurthbach where it got all those cleanup kills, where anything could have gotten those cleanup kills and just give it to Valiant. And then fucking when it decided to sack itself against Bandito's Ogre Pond last week, that was a good feeling. I don't know. A lot of people like. Again, I don't feel like my team is good. Like, I understand it's good on paper, but there are some things that are, like, not my style. So, like, Indeedee, for instance. I'm going to flame Indeedee hard for a second. It's not fast enough, and screens and encore can't be... Like, I'm pretty sure it's, like, screens, encore, and expanding form. It's, like, some shit with the male and female forms that just don't work. I just combine them together, please, for the love of God. Just combine them together.
Orange.
It's all I want.
Orange. How badly did you need the cool fish at the beginning of the season? Did you
I
did you
needed it
needed the cool fish still? Do you still need the cool fish? Has it done
Yes,
anything?
I love
Okay.
Quillfish.
Okay.
Quillfish has been very useful. It sacrificed itself against the Darkrai to give me a shot at the game. It was really useful against well, it wasn't useful against Aggrons, but whatever. Basically, the team looks great on paper, and it does fine on paper. And then you actually start prepping with it, and it feels terrible. So Agrons has tried, and I guess he gave Aiden Indeedee Deoxys this season, and Aiden did terribly with it. And I thought, well, okay, so what if I did that this season, but I have Iron Valiant and Garchomp, and that's really fun. The problem is that everyone has good steals and good darks. Or they've doubled down the typing, and it basically makes it fucking impossible. I'm having to give up my Indeedee for, like, weird Psychic Terrain shit, or I'm just spamming Encore and Screens, because that's all Indeedee can do. It still hits like a wet noodle, even with specs, and with specs, I have to make predictions. I don't want to do that anymore, to be honest, because if Indeedee gets a read wrong, I get absolutely blasted and punished hard. So, building with this team, like, building with the top tiers is easy, right? Valiant is, throw close combat on there, like, whatever. And it still, somehow, by the way, doesn't pick up kills when it's supposed to in the builder, even after, like, a layer of spikes. It's like, oh, wow, you can't kill this Ogerpon. Oh, okay then. Sure, I thought you were good, but never mind. Deoxys is kind of the same deal, except I have Plot now, so I can kind of get around that. And Garchomp is fucking... Garchomp is carrying. I'm going to be honest. Zarude is helping. Zarude is there. Zarude is the end game. Garchomp is just there, holding up Valiant on its shoulders. Like, can you do something, please? Garchomp has been, like, especially like last week, against Saudas Chimps, y'all saw it was so bad that Bruce had to fucking use Flame Orb to beat it and made his team look purposefully weak to Garchomp. Garchomp has forced more prep than Iron Valiant and Deoxys combined. I hate this thing. Like, Val was terrible, I'm gonna say. But everyone's here to talk about Zarude and Volleyball, so why don't we?
Zarude Merchant.
Zarude Merchant. I'm 100% Zarude Merchant. Alright, Agrons is eating his words now. This thing is fucking great.
Terry Zarude, it was a questionable.
And sure, it's only beat up fucking Mac, right? Anyone could have done, whatever, right? Maybe I also would have. Fucking, no one cares. And then it turns around and 5-0's Agrons, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of noticeable. And now Zarude hasn't seen the bench since week 1. I'm just saying. The thing is good. The only problem is Terra Zarude is so good that Terra Bellybolt is fucking so hard to bring. Because I want to Terra the Zarude so badly. And the season's been going really well in terms of Zarude's success. If Zarude does well, then I typically do well in the game. I guess when you get T-Bolt paired and then don't bring Jungle Healing, the game becomes a little closer. But it's just dominant. People just aren't respecting, like, the team enough, I think. And, like, I've heard from people, the team is threatening. Oh, sure, threatening, whatever. Like, I don't feel like it's very threatening, but you're prepping for things that I'm not even, like, considering as good. Like, Specs Deoxys? Yeah, I can't walk myself into a Psychic move, especially when my, strongest Psychic move without a drawback is Psychic. Because, I can't fucking run Psycho Boost, otherwise I'm going to get a -2 special attack and get set up on the next turn. That's fine. Terrible parts to build with, but like, and then Cryogonal. Fuck that. Okay, it's redeemed itself a little bit, but it's still so bad. Still just so bad in the physical side. I hate it. I'm done though. I'm done ranting. And Polion doesn't get any words. And Talonflame is dog shit. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Your Zarude will be up for an award, so.
Good. You better win.
Ben, Vancouver, please. Anything else?
Think we're ready to move on.
To number one?
I'll say, before we go, at the beginning, Like right after the draft, Orange asked me to trade Iron Valiant with Great Tusk, and I said no Mega Wall. So I don't know if his team would have done different if he had that or not.
I would have fucking beat
Didn't-
Boosh because I wouldn't have lost the boulder.
Did you have Great Tusk last season, Orange?
Orange said Great Tusk twice.
Yeah, and it hasn't really done. I mean, it's not like an offensive mon per se. It's like
The-
utility, but
Tusk carried me to semis, where I then lost to Ben,
Tusk was really good in season 3.
and then I fucking got my ass kicked in season 5.
well, maybe
No,
next
season
year.
5.
Maybe next year.
Number 1, the Saudas Chimps, Mr. Metronome, Mr. the Dunsparce, whatever you want to call him. He's the GOAT right now, on top
So
of the world.
it was a bit of a fat L this week. Bit of a prep issue, I would say. He's got an ice weakness, I guess, if it's freeze dry, right?
No, it's a weakness.
Kind of problematic. Made Glaceon really, really good. No AV Boulder to save him this week. But that one loss doesn't mitigate all the good he's had so far this season. He won 6 in a row, you know. So I think the team's still looking good. You know, the Dunsparce's still doing his thing. Number 2 on the board now for kill leaders, behind Zarude, I believe. So still looking really nice. Kiram actually has kind of fallen off a bit. Has gone a kill in a while. Unfortunate that Kiram got low so early because I thought Kiram was pretty good this match. Just can't expect the banded Tinglu unless you know that's what Mug is rocking up with on a week-to-week basis. Excadrill was AV but got crit, so that was unfortunate. You know, losing Kiram and Excadrill, your round 1 and round 2 pick, 2 of your main damage dealers super early. Decidueye then kind of becomes your win con. It just felt like there was no oomph left in the tank, so to speak. You didn't have the damage output to really get where you needed to go in the game. And Mug kind of just trolled you, clicking Metronome, getting a bunch of defense boosts, not really doing anything, but just wasting your time and your PP. Gets the Tinglu back up to a healthy amount of HP. And you kind of can't do anything to it anymore because your Kiram's dead and your Excadrill's dead. No damage to really fully hit it, which leads to a mini Tinglu sweep at the end, and also Glaceon breaking in the middle of the game as well. So, an annoying game, you know, pretty unfortunate, but I believe you're going to bounce back, and I don't think you need to drop. I still think the team's like you're getting it. I don't know if it's the best number, but I still like it for sure. I am really impressed with the performances of this team. I think you're going to do pretty good for us. Really good first Thursday in the PBO. What do you guys think?
Yeah, especially since you hate Iron Boulder.
Iron Boulder is still bad, especially the set most rogue. I'm looking at the Sylvester is good.
Boost clears.
You will clear. You will clear again.
But how badly does he want Lion City to make playoffs? Will they collude for convincing?
No, they won't collude. Because he wants the first seed. He can miss the first seed pretty easily. If he loses, he misses it.
How bad do you want it, Boost? How bad you want the first seed, huh? Let's take a look at the leaderboard. You need a win to get it. You need a win to get it.
Yeah, if I win, I get the 3, so that's pretty cool.
That is actually... Who will you pick?
Oh, that is Cap. Oh, that is Fax.
Cap, bro, what is going on?
Unless someone picks you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Unless someone picks you.
One of the top 2 is gonna pick me.
That'd be Orange.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to stay silent on that topic.
Yes,
I would be
after
surprised-
last
I wanna-
season, you should.
I would be surprised if Boost picks you. You fucking...
Boost picked me. The thing is,
No, I'm
the
talking
AP
about
Boulder trick
Valiants.
only works once. I have actually been the builder a little bit.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised
I'll
if Boost picks Valiants. He kind of goobed him.
Oh, I think he's thinking about it. Don't quote me on that. I think he's
Boost?
thinking about it.
Boost? What can you say?
Booster, I
chat.
think he's looking at Mary again.
That's way too tough of a match. No way.
He might be willing to get it out of the way.
Or for a hype finals.
Oh, if you want hype finals, me versus Boost is it.
You winning would be hype. Even if you
Me
lose
winning
semis.
would be
I
hype.
don't know, man.
But against
Boost might be a
Boost,
bad.
Who
finals.
is this
He beat you
guy?
3-0. He beat you
Get outta
3-0.
here.
Kind of a bad finals matchup, if you ask me. Kind of
get out of here. Get out of here.
You can't kick him.
Yeah, Klefkis final is lame. TBH.
It will be a DDL rematch, which
Ben?
we very much need.
Ben, who are your predictions as of right now to make finals? It could
I'm
change.
gonna go.
But who is it? We'll go down the list. Who you got? Finals
I'm
match.
gonna go. Boost versus
Uh-huh.
Valiants.
Let's go.
Okay, finals. Vancouver, what do you think? Who's your
think-
favorite?
I mean, I could say myself, but I have
You should
lack
say yourself.
self-esteem, so
Mhm.
I'll say myself. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me and Orange.
Oh my
It's gonna be
god.
the finals.
Oh, I would look forward to that one.
Aiden, who do you
That'll
have?
be it.
See, I think I'm going with an underdog Mug pick.
Okay.
Mug, you know what? Rematch Mug versus Boost, 6v6 metronome battle.
Oh my
That's what
God.
I'm calling.
Boost would take the longest shower of his life. I'm gonna
I
go.
do genuinely think Mug can make finals.
Mug- oh,
and I
Mug
think
could.
Boost probably makes finals too.
Boost, I know you're in chat. I have nothing against you, but I'm feeling the Klefkis Abbotsford finals. Keep it classy. Keep it classy.
Oh, that'll be.
Classic.
keep it classy. Classic.
I'm gonna do something fucking wild.
If it's an Abbotsford Klefkis finals, I might lose my mind.
I think it's going to be Boost and Shadow again.
Oh, you think so? Shadow has to make playoffs first. That's a crazy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Watch
But I
this.
think
Watch
if he can
this be
beat
the
Boost,
worst
and
pick.
he can actually
that
put
is.
it together.
This is gonna
I think this is gonna be great.
age like milk. Boost says.
It's gonna age poorly, and Klefki's gonna lose first round.
Boost
Oh,
says.
yeah. Two things that go great together every season.
Hear me out. I liked how the match flowed versus Mary. Decidueye sweep was lined up perfectly until Rock Blast missed. Oh, okay. We'll find out.
So you're saying you're gonna pick Mary Boost? Is that what we're saying?
Is that?
Ooh.
Gonna pick Mary? Yeah. I can't wait to be in the DMs of people. See who they pick.
Maybe more next Monday.
Just, I love how you didn't even name a specific person. You just like people.
Well, I don't know who's gonna be 1 through 4, and plus, let's say Chimps is 1 and he picks.
You mean 1 through 3 because realistically, only 1, 2, and 3 get to pick.
Unless Chimps
one
picks.
of the top 3 picks, or unless one of the top 2
Yeah.
picks one of the top like
It
3.
happened. It happened last season, so that's why I'm just saying. I'm keeping it vague with people. Realistically, 1 through 3, but it happened last season, and I gotta start making the awards after week 8's done. There'll be an award show. I gotta amp that up this season somehow. But any closing comments, Ben? Anybody want to go first?
Let's have a good end of the season.
I agree. Playoff matches are bangers.
Vancouver, what do you got?
I just want to win. That's all.
And
Maybe win convincingly without luck, but you know that maybe I'll just play my luck factor.
That's your brand this season. Let's be real.
You gotta lead into the brand. And Aiden, what do you think?
Klefki's lose first round.
Oh my
and,
god!
the rest of the
Even
matches
after I
are gonna be
picked my
bangers.
opponent, what a shame. I'm
Orange.
trying to see if that's gonna be forever in PBO history.
Orange
It will
picks in the,
forever be a
Make
thing.
playoffs in 3 of them. Lose the first round every time, no matter what.
Orange picks
Pick his
Aiden.
opponent after going 8-0. Loses.
Me, 2 divs apart.
It's not.
Who's that?
It's a loophole. It's a loophole. I'm playing.
Absolutely not. No.
I picked Aiden.
Hell no.
Easiest playoff game of my life. I beat him once in the playoff scenario with no mock. I can do it again.
Are we all finished here, fellas? We all
I
chilling?
think we're good.
We'll see y'all for pick'ems, playoffs, whatever comes first. We'll be there. Sayonara.
Peace.